1 and number 3 are all good to go.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Randall, are you happy for me to kick things away?
Yep, let's go. Let's start. Good luck, everyone.
Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is on behalf of our marketing agents, Randall, Kemp and Lisa Chad, that I welcome you. Thanks so much for joining us in the digital environment via Zoom today. Clarence White is my name. It is a great pleasure to be here today on behalf of the Ray White Villara Paddington team and, of course, our vendors here this afternoon. Now, in terms of the formalities, before we get to those, I'm going to talk a little bit about technology and what you need to do in order to bid today. Some of you, it may be your first time bidding on an online auction, or you may not have done it on Zoom before. So we'll just talk you through everything with respect to that. First and foremost, before I start, can everybody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and see me well?
Can't hear it.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for all of that positive energy. So, first and foremost, for our registered parties here today, you must keep your camera switched on at all times during the auction. That is imperative. The reason for that is that I have my Zoom set in a way that I can only see people with their camera switched on. So, put simply, if you switch your camera off, I will not be able to see you, I will not be able to hear you, and I will not be able to accept your bids. So, if you intend to bid today, you must leave your camera switched on at all times.
We're right now. We're okay.
Okay, so George has got his audio on now. Fantastic. All right, good. So, George, you'll notice on the bottom left that you can mute and unmute yourself as you please throughout the course of the auction on your screen there. You're currently unmuted, and that's fine. So just be aware we can hear you. We will hear whatever's said, which is good. So, folks, when it comes time to place a bid, I'm going to ask you to do 2 things for me. I'm going to ask you to give me a nice big wave like that, and then I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself and speak up and place your bid verbally. Very, very straightforward. It is important that you do give me both the visual cue and the verbal cue, because sometimes with a few tiles on the screen, it can be a little bit tricky to see who spoke if you don't use the visual cue as well. So if you give me a nice big wave like that, and then you speak up and place your bid, nothing will be missed. We won't leave anyone behind, and that is very, very important. I do notice that... no, that's okay. All right, the numbers are all there. That's good. So, buyers, I'll draw your attention to a couple of bits of functionality in the Zoom room. If you're on any kind of desktop device, if you go down to the centre of the screen, you'll notice there's a chat button. You can click that chat button and it will bring the chat bar up on the right-hand side of your screen. If you're on a mobile device of some sort, the chat will automatically populate into screen and then disappear as it progresses through. Now, whoever's about to type something into that chat bar, what you'll notice in that chat bar throughout the course of the auction is that we will be typing the bids into that chat bar. So I'll be saying what the current number is, of course, but you'll also be able to read it there digitally on the right-hand side, just in case there's any confusion as to the current number. You'll be able to see it in the chat bar or popping up onto your screen. One other bit of functionality that I'll make you aware of here today, buyers, is, of course, the possibility of breakout rooms. If we need to have a one-on-one conversation with any of our buyers today, we do have what's called breakout room functionality. It means that we can send Randall and any one of our buyers into a private conversation. You'll just receive an invitation if that's the case. You click it, it takes you into a private room. Please be assured they are completely private. You cannot be heard or seen by anyone in the main auction if you're in a breakout room. And there's just a button that you click to leave and return to the main auction. But I guess the reality is, if you guys are all doing the right things, and I know that you're all here to compete strongly on the home, then there shouldn't be a need to use those breakout rooms today. Guys, before we get started with the rest of the formalities, are there any questions regarding the technology, what you need to do to bid, anything at all at this point that's on anyone's mind? We're all happy and comfortable. That's fantastic. Well, 6 of 31 to 33 William Street in Double Bay. Buyers, the contract of sale that you didn't buy under today, it's been available to you throughout the course of the marketing campaign. The contract that you didn't buy under is as per what has been supplied to you. I am not going to go through the particulars of the contract. If you've had any amendments to that contract agreed to in writing by our vendor solicitors, then you're very welcome to bid and buy under those agreed terms. To our auction terms, if you do wish to bid today, you do need to be registered. So for our registered parties, I simply ask that when you place your bid, obviously please hold your hand up nice and clearly and speak up to place those bids. Of course, I can see a number of registration numbers for those 3 parties who don't have their number up. It's okay. I can see on my screen that you are bidders number 10, 14 and 16, so it's quite clear to me what you are. Of course, all parties are assumed to be bidding on their own behalf unless you provided a written authority to do otherwise. I do note there were a couple of authorities and whatnot that we received and we did cite. Finally, as the auctioneer, I'm authorised to place one bid on behalf of our vendors. That is typically known as a vendor bid. You can rest assured that it's not my desire or my wish to use the vendor bid. I would much rather hear from you in terms of where you see value rather than me setting it for you, but certainly should it be necessary, I'll place that bid on my client's behalf and I'll make it abundantly clear that, guys, the best way to keep me out of the bidding is for you, in fact, to be bidding. Take the balance of those terms as having been read and understood. They've been part of the documentation that you've acknowledged when you've registered, and they are very, very straightforward. By 6 of 31 to 33 William Street, it is a delightfully modernised townhouse in a prime central location that we offer for your competition. There's just a hint of Hamptons about the styling, but it's a complete contemporary living laid out across 2 levels. 2 bedrooms of accommodation. Your master enjoys an ensuite and walk-in robe plus its own balcony, designer kitchen and bathrooms. You've got an outdoor entertaining courtyard there, and it's really all about central location. It's central, it's convenient. You are just footsteps from the village. All of the shops, cafes, bars, eateries, the boutique shopping, all just moments from your front door. You go back across the road to the park, the foreshore and the ferry for all of your recreation. Buyers, it is an absolutely unique proposition. They don't come up like this too frequently because there aren't that many of them in the local area. I urge you not to miss the opportunity today, and I pass it over to you for an opening bid. Who'd like to start me away? Where would you like to begin today, buyers? I'm in your hands. Where do you see it, buyers? In and around that guide that Randall's been quoting. Oh, number 2. Just unmute yourself there, number 2.
Yeah, 3.2.
3.2 starts me away. We appreciate your no-nonsense start at 3,200,000, kicks it away. And I'm going to suggest that we ascend north, perhaps in $50,000 or $100,000 increments even at this point, if you like. Certainly happy to entertain a 50 to move things north. I would have thought easy bidding, easy buying, where we kick it away at 3,200,000. Who's got 3.2 and 50 to spend on it now, buyers? But at 3.2 is the start, and all of that opportunity transfers to the highest bidder on the auction floor. So that means that our other parties now need to compete if you would like to own it. At 3,200,000, a bit of 3.2, pull it back at 3.2 and 50 to enter the fray. Dominic, I notice you're unmuting yourself there, presumably with readiness to jump in. Could I say 3.250 for you?
Yep.
Okay, 3.2 and 50. Welcome in. It's good to see that you've got company there. Bidder number 2. It's no fun playing alone at auction.
That's it.
$3.25 million. He squares the ledger there. It's a game of 2 only so far. Do we go 3.3 on the response to that? But at 3.250 is the money. 3,250,000. A bit of 3.25. It's back with bidder number 1 there now. Call it 3.3 now, if you will, on the response. But at 3.25, I'm a bit away now. 3,250 is the money. Should be no justification for hesitation at this level. At 3,250, easy buying. Very good value in it at this level. At 3,250,000. It's nice and convenient that you're waiting for others to jump in, but you don't need to be that polite.
3.3.
Sorry, is that number 2? Just give me a wave again.
Yeah.
One of you's in the screen. The other one's kind of ducking in and out. So that's okay.
Yeah. 3.3.
3.3 good on the retort. It's 3,300,000 is the money there. Is it 3.3 and 50, Dominic? Yes, 3.3 and 50, good, got you there. At 3.350 is at 3.4 on the retort this time, bidder number 2. As we warm to the task now at 3.3 and 50, bidder number 1 holds it at 3.350 is the call at 3,350,000. A bit of 3.35. On the back at 3.4 confidently now, if you will, bidder number 2. But at 3.35, I'm bid away now at 3.350 is the money. Bidder number 1 holds it at 3,350,000. It's against my start. Do we jump back in and go 3.4? I would have thought easily and logically. At 3,350,000, I won't hesitate here. I'll pull it through now. First opportunity at $3,350,000 only. Secondary time, I offer it through now at 3,350. Quickly, buyers, don't delay. 3.4, welcome back at 3,400,000. Do we go 3.4 and 50 on the Swift retort number 1?
Yeah.
3.4 and 50. I like the way you do it at 3.450. Do we square the ledger at 3.5? Bidder number 2. Seems to be a game of 2 only so far. We welcome other registered parties in anytime you would like to do it. Got you there, number 2 at 3,500,000. It's just the hand.
Yeah.
3, 5 and 50 is at number 1. Good. Got
Yep.
you there. 3, 6 on the retort. Would you like this time? At 3, 5 and 50. Back with bidder number 1 now. At 3,550,000. Call it 3.6 if you will. But at 3,550 is the call. At 3,550,000. Bidder number 1 holds it now. He gains the ascendancy there. I look for your rebuttal at 3.6 now if you will. But at 3,550 is the money. We call it through again now, first time. At 3,550,000. Secondary opportunity now at 3, 5 and 50. Third and last chance. Is there any better bid?
Yeah, we'll go one more.
6, 3.6, good, okay. At 3,600,000, laconically he did it. At 3.6 the money, at 3,600,000. Is it 3, 6 and 50 this time, bidder number 1?
Yes.
3, 6 and 50, good, playing pacemaker today at 3,650. Do we go 3.7 on the retort this time, bidder number 2? At 3,650,000, it's against you now. He relegates you back to second place. Not the place to play at auction at 3,650. Call it 3.7 to retake the lead now, if you will. But at 3,650, I'm bid away now. At 3,650,000 is the money. Bidder number 1 holds it, playing a strong hand from the front to own it. I call it through and I offer it through now. Primary opportunity at 3,650,000.
366，
Secondary chance, I call it through now at 3, 6 and 50. Quickly, don't delay. Third and last chance. Is there any better bid? At $3,650,000. Need to know, buyers. Do we let it go? Number 2, principally, I ask you, have I got your best there? There's the hand. Just unmute yourself.
Yep.
3,
One
7.
more.
3, 7.
Yeah, 3, 7.
Got you there. 3,700,000. You saw the hesitation. What do you do with it? Number 1. Come back straight away is my strong suggestion. At 3,700,000, do we go 3, 7 and 50? Trump him immediately.
Yep. Yep.
3,750 got you there at 3 3/4 neat. At 3,750,000, is there 3.8 on the response this time? Bidder number 2. At 3,750 is the call. 3,750,000 is the money. Bidder number 1 holds it. He gains the ascendancy there. I search for your retort and your rebuttal at 3.8 if you will. But at 3,750 is the call. Once now at 3,750,000. Twice called now at 3,750. Thrice and last chance. Is there any better bid? At 3,750,000. Quickly, are we bidding at this level? At 3,750. Number 2. What do we do? At 3,750. Number 1 holds it. It's against you now. It's a perilous position that you're playing in. At 3,750, you should play from the front at auction. Are you definitely out and done, guys? Are you sure? Run for it. Does a 25 help you at this point? At 3,750? Yes, number 10. Hello.
We'll bid 25.
Sorry, was that number 2?
25.
Yeah, okay, got you there. Did you have a different figure in mind, number 10?
Yep. Sorry.
I've got that there for number 2 at 3,7 and 75. Number 10, you raised your hand a moment ago.
Yeah, 10,000 more.
10,000. Could I say 25 at this point just to keep it moving? We're at 3,7 and 75. I did offer that 25. Happy to take you on 25 if you wouldn't mind. At 3,775. Could I take you at 3.8? Guys, I'll just bear it in mind for now, searching for that 25. I think there might be a little bit to go here, but let's see. Bidder number 1, how do you respond? Do you go 3.8 on the retort? At 3,775, I'm there with number 2. I've just parked your intentions, number 10 for now. At 3,775 is the money. It's with bidder number 2. I'm searching for 3.8, if you will, number 1. At 3,775, it's against you now, number 1, playing from second place for the first time today. Not the place you want to be playing at the back end of the auction at 3,7 and 75. Once now at 3,7 and 75 as I chase down 25 to make it 3.8.
Another $5,000.
So I just knocked back 10 from the other gentleman. I'm searching for a 25. Could we say 3.8?
3.8.
Good, better. At 3,800,000. At 3/8's the bid and 3/8's the call. What do we do with that, buyers? At $3.8 million, is there another lunge for it there, number 2? Is there another 25 to nudge it north? To extend your opportunity here at 3,800,000 as the market reaffirms the value of the home. Difficult to find these guys. There's not that many of them. Don't miss it today. It's a perfect position. You're so close to everything, right down there in the heart of Double Bay. At 3,800,000 is the money. Do we go 3, 8 and 25 on the retort? Could I say 3, 8 and 25? It might be enough to get it done. A last lunge for the keys, perhaps for you guys, number 2, at 3, 8 and 25. I offer it through now once, at 3, 8 and 25. I call it through now twice, at 3,800,000, I beg your pardon. Searching for 3, 8 and 25. Third and last chance at $3.8 million. Is there any better bid buyers? At 3/8 the money and 3/8 the call. Bidder number 2, you guys have disappeared from view momentarily, just so you know. You need to let me know. What would you like to do there? What are you thinking, Neil? Is there another 25 to try and own it? Do you let it go at this level? Are you sure? Out and done and finished. Just give me a big signal like this if you're done. Okay, out. How about you, number 10? Does that 10 help you at this point? At 3,800,000, it's the money. Do we go 3, 8 and 10 to make a lunge? I'm happy to move in that 10 now if it helps you. Yes?
10,000 more, please.
Okay, got you there at 3, 8 and 10. It brings you in, doesn't it? At 3,810,000. So number 1, you saw off one competition. A new one emerged at that level at 3, 8 and 10. How do you respond? Same courtesy, 3, 8 and 20 if you like.
39.
I'm suggesting something stronger. At 3,810,000 is the money. At 3,810 is the call. Call it 3, 8 and 20 or better, perhaps 3, 8 50. That might be the smart play.
3, 8, 20.
3, 8 and 20, okay. Matched your increment, chipping away at it now. At 3, 8 20 is at 3, 8 and 30 on the response, number 10. At 3,820 is there. At 3, 8 20 is the call. At 3,820, is there 830 before we go? Is there another 10 for you, number 10? You've come in late, plenty of gas left in the tank. They've done all the heavy lifting for you, surely, at 3,820,000. I'll call it through and I'll offer it through. First time now, at $3,820,000. Secondary opportunity at 3,820,000. Quickly, don't delay. Third and last chance. Is there any better bid at $3,820,000? Number 10, are you sure? Is there a last lunge? Are you out, done and finished? Done and finished. Number 2, anything left there for you guys at 3, 8 and 20? Randall?
Yeah, Clarence, we're on the market and selling.
Okay.
I just want everyone to be clear around that.
Okay. I'll make it very, very clear, folks. My instructions are to sell it to the highest bidder in the absence of further bidding at 3,820,000. So you must jump inside the next 3 calls, otherwise you risk missing the property. We sell it away. At $3,820,000, bidder number 1 has one hand on those precious keys, and in the absence of action from other parties, he will own it, but you do have 3 chances to change your destiny. I'll call it through and I will offer it through. At 3 million, Lisa's giving me a hold up there. Give me a little stop and wait. That's okay. We'll let those conversations, perhaps there's a little conversation taking place in the background there at 3, 8 and 20. Thanks, Lisa. We'll await those instructions at 3, 8 and 20. These are moments for pause for our other competing parties. Number 10, it is not too late to jump back in at 3, 8 and 20. Number 2, you guys have disappeared from view, but it is also not too late for you at 3, 8 20. Do we sell it away? Do we let it go? Lisa's still giving me the finger. The polite one, of course, at 3, 8 and 20, not the impolite one. At $3,820,000. There's obviously a little conversation taking place in the background there. At 3, 8 20. Bidder number 1 holds it at 3,820,000.
We'll go 3, 8 50.
Was that number 2, just to confirm?
Yeah, 3, 8 50.
3,850,000. Well, it's a last gasp lunge there. Look at that. At
You're
3,
right.
8 and 50. I like the move. It's the buzzer beater. What do you do with it? What about 3.9? Let's close the door on bidder number 1. You just popped off screen, by the way, bidder number 1. You disappeared momentarily. I'm sure you'll be rejoining us. It's obviously just gone for a little bit of privacy. Perhaps there's some furious conversations taking place in the background at $3,850,000. Obviously, bidder number 1, you'll need to switch yourself back on. There you are. Now, Dominic, you've been with me most of the way. I don't imagine you're going to let them get away with that last-minute lunge. What do you do with it? At 3, 8 and 50 is the call. You know that you play for keeps. That certainty that you crave, it's been offered at $3,850,000 for your ever so civilised lifestyle down in Double Bay, guys. at 3850. Still seems like value there at 3850. Number 10, is there anything left in the tank for you guys? Are you sure? At 3850, we appreciate your endeavours. We appreciate your spirited bidding. Just waiting on bidder number 1. We gave bidder number 2 a moment. We'll give bidder number 1 a moment. Perhaps Randall's in the background whispering sweet nothings into his ear, no doubt, saying something more charming than me, I expect, at $3,850,000. It's a prime opportunity, buyers, right in the heart of one of the East's most prestigious precincts. Such a great asset at $3,850,000. What do you do with it, number 1?
Yes.
3.9?
Yeah, whatever. Sorry, I jumped out there for a minute to confer with my wife. Where are we at with the bidding?
We're at $3,850,000.
Dominic, if you'd like to bid 3,950.
No, I'll go an extra 5,000.
Oh,
Doesn't sound like that's what they were hoping for, Dominic.
No, they weren't. But that's where we're at.
At 3,855,000. Okay. Well, that might just give confidence to your competitors. I was suggesting 3.9 at 3855. What do you do with it, number 2? Gee, it's a signal that says you might be close here. At 3855, is there another little last lunch for it? Do you respond in kind with 5 of your own, or do you go harder? You're only $5,000 in arrears now. It is no great dent in the fender. It is a drop in the ocean. At 3855, surely you don't let it go for that kind of margin.
We'll go 3850.
I've already got 3855 to be clear.
Sorry, 38750.
3875 got you there at 3875, or 3 7/8 of $1 million for the factions who like fractions at 3875. Gee, number 1, that 3.9 figure is sounding less and less silly now, isn't it? At 3875 against you. Could I say 3.9 on your behalf? Let's take it home. At 3,875. Bidder number 2 holds it at 3875. Let's call it 3.9. It's your move and clinch it. It seems to have come down to a game of 2. You know you're playing in the championship.
Another 5.
Another 5. Gee, you're giving them confidence, Dominic. Could I say 3.9? It's a better bid, trust me.
No, I got plenty of time.
Okay, 3880. Hesitation only breeds participation. At 3880. Do we go 3.9 for you guys, number 2? At 3880. Do you go for the knockout? Folks, we all know that it is natural human behaviour to set limits at round numbers. It is best to be at them first. You test your competition out. At 3880, it's a real thing. It seems so obvious and
So
so
we'll do
simple.
39.
Good. At 3,900,000. Well, you left the door open for them, Dominic, but it is still open for you. What do you do with it? At 3,900,000's the money. Do you call it back? Do you chip away at it, or do you go strong at this point? What's your strategy? It's good to know you've got time. The question is, have you got the determination to own it? At 3.9, I call it through and I offer it through once. At 3,900,000. Twice, I call it through now at 3.9.
5.
As in 5,000?
Yep.
Okay. He's got a strategy now and he's working to it. At 3,905. That's his way of saying, I think you guys are nearly done. At 3,905. One of 2 things is true. Either he's nearly done or he thinks you're nearly done. You tell me which it's going to be. At 3,905. Do we go again? What would you like to do, number 2? You're so close here. You're within breathing distance of your lifestyle in Double Bay at 3,905,000. Think about all those wonderful walks and all those lockdown busters you'll be able to have down at the park with the kids. At 3,905, all those delightful lattes you'll be sipping, the beautiful culinary options up the way, some of Sydney's most prestigious restaurants at 3,905. Some great bars at 3,905.
We'll go 5.
5,000 more at 3, 9 and 10. We're going to trade blows now by the looks. At 3, 9 and 10, is it 15 or 20, number one? At 3, 9 and 10, you've got them playing your game now, at least with the 5s. Once at 3,910,000. Twice at 3, 9 and 10. Third, last chance. Is there any better bid? At 3,910,000. Do we let it go, number one? Are you sure? Is there a last lunge? At 3,910,000. It's within reach. Could I say 3, 9 and 15 or better?
I'll go another $25,000 on top.
Beautiful. At 3,935,000. He reaches out for it now. At 3,935,000. It's a great move for the keys. At 3,935,000. Does he knock you out with that bidder, number two? At 3,935,000. First call. At 3,935,000 twice.
I'll go another 5.
Oh, still there. At 3,940,000. It was a great strategy, number one, but we tried again. At 3,940,000, still there and still playing. At 3,940,000. Do we go another 25 to try and take it home? At 3,940,000. First time. At 3,940,000. Secondary opportunity now at $3,940,000. Need to know. Third and last chance. Is there any better bid? At 3,940,000. Quickly. How are we travelling, number one? Done and finished. Gee, that's a great sign. You surprised me. I thought you were going to buy it today, Dominic. Are you sure? Is there another little 5 to test it out? Might be the last bid. You don't know. At 3,940,000. He lets it go. We appreciate your spirited endeavours. Can I just confirm again, guys? Randall, Lisa, you happy for me to go in the absence of further action? Oh, he's gone for the phone call. He's got something else for you, Dominic, no doubt at 3,941. Hand on the keys for bidder number 2. We appreciate your patience. You guys are in the box seat. Good to go, Randall? Yes, I'm going to sell it at $3,940,000. We let it go. Must beat me.
4 million.
4 million. Boom. Take that, he says. $4 million, great bid. It's a great lunch for the keys. It's got home ownership written all over it. At $4 million, Gauntlet's back at your feet, number 2. How do you respond? Does he do it with that big, bold bid? Do you take me round the corner, round the psychological barrier? At $4 million, it just took a moment of courage, but your family will thank you for generations.
Another 5.
Another 5. Wow, at 405. At 4,005,000. Wow, I thought you did it.
Done now. Done.
Yeah, let them have it. Let them people have it. I'm definitely done now. So let them enjoy it.
I love that you left nothing on the table, Dominic, and I applaud your strategy. No coulda, shoulda, woulda on this one. At $4,005,000, I sell it away in the absence of further action. It is back with bidder number 2. To be clear, you are only $5,000 in arrears, bidder number 1. At $4,005,000, I call it through again and I offer it through first, second, third and final time at $4,005,000. Is there a last little lunge? Are you sure?
Victor, definitely. Victor.
Number 1, are you sure, Dominic?
Dom, 10 more.
No, thanks. If I bid any more, you'll think I'm working for the real estate agent. I'm done. Thank you.
At $4,005,000, we appreciate your spirit endeavours. That's pretty clear. At $4,005,000, we let it go. We call it through. First, second, third, final time at $4,005,000. It is going now. It is going. It is sold. Congratulations. Well bought.